Morning, students. I am Teacher Win, and for today's topic, we will be studying light. We will discuss the properties of light, and we will discuss the reflection of light. The first property of light is light likes to travel in straight lines except when acted upon by an outside object or force, such as gravity. Another property of light is that it travels very fast. It travels around 300,000 kilometers per second. At this speed, it can travel around the world 8 times in 1 second. Okay, 8 times in 1 second. For example, thunder and lightning. They always start at the same time. But at distance, we will see the light flash before we hear the thunder, because we know the speed of sound. We can approximate the distance of a storm by measuring the seconds between lightning and thunder and multiply by 11. This will give you the distance to the storm kilometer. Next, we see things because they reflect in our eyes. Look at this example. The light comes from the sun and reflects from this object, and it's reflected into our eyes. That's why we see these things, because light reflects from this object to our eyes. Okay? Next is the luminous and non-luminous object. A luminous object is one that produces the light. Okay, the examples of the luminous objects. Sun is the best example of the object or the luminous object, because the sun is the major source of the light in our world. And another example is lamps and the lights and the lasers or the campfires. And next is the non-luminous object. A non-luminous object is one that reflects the light. Okay? And the best example is the moon. The moon is a non-luminous. Even though we see moon at the night, it's bright, but it doesn't mean that the moon produces the light. Why? Because from the light of the sun, it reflects to the moon. That's why we see the brightness of the moon. Okay, that is the example of non-luminous and a luminous object. Next is shadow. Shadows are places where light is blocked by the object. Example, the light from the sun, and our object is the tree. The light from the sun blocked by the tree. That's why there is shadow behind the tree, because the tree blocking the light of the sun. That is the shadow. Okay, this is the summary. Light travels in straight line. And light travels much faster than the sound. And we see things because they reflect light into our eyes. And lastly is the shadow are formed when light is blocked by an object. Let's proceed to the reflection. This perpendicular line, or what we call a normal, is the line drawn perpendicularly to the mirror. This is the flat surface mirror. And this is the incident ray. This is from the source of the light. And after the incident ray touches the surface of the flat mirror, it bounces back to the reflected ray. That's what we call the reflected ray. The incident ray bounces to the flat surface mirror. And the angle between the incident ray and the normal is we call the angle of incidence. And next, the angle between the reflected ray and the normal is we call the angle of reflection. This is the law of reflection. The angle of incidence and angle of reflection is equal, is the same. The angle of incidence is the same to the angle of reflection. Look at this illustration. This is the angle of incidence. Bounce to the surface or flat surface mirror and bounce to the reflected ray. Look at the distance and the difference. They are the same. That's why the law of reflection called the angle of incidence is the same to the angle of reflection. Okay, and that is our lesson. The light and the reflection. Thank you.